Hi, Born of the Future here. This is the first time I've had to really do this. I know most of the fun of Random RPG Maker is like seeing what my expectations are, how my reactions will differ from that if things surprise me. I'm going to have to take away from that a little bit here. I'm going to say I didn't like this game in the end. Because going through this and editing it, oh my god, my heart is cringing seeing how optimistic I was at first. This game is a current winner for most broken expectations compared to the first half an hour. We got Eternal Sedia winning that in a positive way. I did not enjoy the game at all during the first 30 minutes. And then it was actually really great when I played the rest of it. This game, unfortunately, got my hopes up really high and then dashed them across the rocks because the combat system is fundamentally unplayable. What really sucks is that I had taken a long break in a marathon before I played this. This game like single-handedly reinvigorated my interest in doing more Random RPG Maker, and then I just stopped enjoying it. That's just the worst feeling ever. I feel like I would be dishonest to the viewers to let you guys fall in with my initial optimism. I was so looking forward to so much, I just imagined a better game in my mind. The recording session for this one went incredibly long because once it started getting bad, I kept going like, I'll keep playing until it gets good again. And it didn't. And then I ended up finishing the entire game and it still doesn't get better, but that's going to be its own separate video. So yeah, if you were watching this and you were thinking, I can't wait until I get back to the good stuff, that's probably your cue to turn off too. I'm sorry. You probably might enjoy the review of the final game, the critique, more than this. But it will not take away from how there were genuine good parts at the beginning of the game, and I did have a good time for 1 hour of the around 20 hours. I'm sorry. And today we are playing the Sacred Tears True. True in all capitals. It's like that everywhere, it's like that on Steam, it's like that on the game icon, just one word is in capitals. Is it supposed to be like standing for like TRUE? Is it an acronym? I don't know. I also don't know much about this game. Hooray! All I know is that this is apparently like one of the earliest ones on the entire list we've played, and I wouldn't have guessed because it came out like much later in English. There's like say like a 10-year gap between the original and the English translation coming out. And honestly, that does make me worry. Like, what if this game like got more negative reviews than expected because the English players didn't know that it was like not even a remake of an older game, but just a port of an older game with no changes whatsoever? Because I'm immediately playing this, I'm noticing like how low resolution and crunched the entirety of this title screen is. Like, every single bit of text is really, really hard to read. And the logo, in the taskbar when I loaded it, it seems to be like even earlier than RPG Maker 2 3K. It might be RPG Maker 2000, like the original one, and that is wild to think. Like, this one is older than Alter Isla, which is what I thought was the oldest one I had on the list. Now, also another thing I noticed, in the game when it launched up, it said New Media. It's the same company which translated Cherry Tree High School Comedy Club, which is one of my favourite RPG Maker games of all time. So at least I'm confident that the translation will be probably very, very good for this. Unless it was like the first game they made and it doesn't hold up as well. Fingers crossed anyway. I'm going to stay optimistic even though the very, very strange resolution makes me kind of not. So let's go. Oh, that's scrungly. It's really cool. It's got cool CG images, but they're so scruggled by the resolution. Okay, we're jumping off a cliff. When I was surprised we had really big feet. Also, it reminds me of the early Tales games. Oh, this is definitely a very, very early RPG Maker. I can tell. Hopefully everyone will be able to at least tell this is an early RPG Maker game by just the general aesthetic. But it is one problem, sadly, with games with custom art styles is sometimes it can be hard to tell which version of RPG Maker it's even made from because it's not using the RTP, which means that people could end up judging it a bit too harshly if they think it came out on a recent one. It has like bits of jank you didn't expect. So I'm glad I recognised the font definitely does seem like RPG Maker 2K3 or potentially earlier. It's definitely a very more stylised, more chibi type of thing. It's a unique type of chibi. You usually expect like the style that the later RPG Maker games have gone, RPG Maker engines have gone for is like very, very massive head chibi as opposed to anything else. This is more like the bobblehead chibi where they got like big hands and feet too. Anyway, our protagonist, I was noticing there's like a bar across the side of the screen which constantly says the Sacred Tears and there's some sort of graphic in the background in Japanese. Is that why the title is so weird? Because it was originally just the Sacred Tears and then the word true actually in Japanese. Anyway, our protagonist's name, I like the design of this text box. That's a very good way of compartmentalizing it away. It makes me think it's maybe some kind of sci-fi game, but then all the rest of the graphics look like a fantasy game. Anyway, our protagonist is named Seal. That's kind of funny. And he goes, "Heh, too easy." Seal and Cena. That's gonna get confusing, the names are kind of similar. Kind of Cena-ler. What do you mean too easy? It's getting away, that's the hard part. What's that? a square. It's my calling card. It's my calling square. What? I thought you were trying to ditch your wannabe reputation. They're even calling cards as pure old school wannabe. That makes me think, was this like shunabyu in Japanese, that word, like middle schooler syndrome is like when you're trying too hard to be edgy? I don't know, it's just something about how that phrase made me wonder if that was what it is. Because this guy's definitely giving me vibes of Arngol from Hatful Boyfriend. So he's like a wannabe phantom thief? Oh, now I thought it was just fantasy, that's why we've got like the fancy looking cushions, but maybe it's actually supposed to be like a museum vault or something, and it's like a fancy rich place. So what? It won't do any harm. Well, it will do harm. Like a leaving calling card literally made it more likely you're gonna get caught. God, I put sense to the vault. I like the portraits. There's a lot of good expressions in these. I also really am immediately endeared to our protagonist and whoever this lady is who he's working with. I wonder if he's going to be giving you a switch between two protagonists. That would be really cool because I'm immediately endeared to both of them. I just assumed the first one he talked would be the protagonist. I would definitely want to like have a branching route with these two. They're both interesting and cool. We have the guy who looks like a stereotypical cool protagonist and is actually trying really hard to be that, but is actually just a bit of a wannabe. That's actually really endearing. And then we have the actual sane one of the duo, and I want to give you a high five, Cena. If you want to get caught, then you're on your own. Oh, this is a really unique battle strike. Oh my god, look at a fully animated it is so hard to do fully animated side battles in a unique style, especially this early on when side battles was not like natively supported in RPGMaker. This is really cool. We've got entirely new third sprite style for these funny little tutorial guides. And I really love it. We've got entirely new portrait style as well. They could have just copied the portraits that they used in the textbooks. So those huge, like, dramatic, like, what do you even call that when it's got like, those lines of light shooting from you? It's so cool. It's like the last freeze frame of an anime. And we've got this whole massive cool different interface. We've got like, a card battle system of some kind. What the hell? I am so overwhelmed. There are so many buttons and menus. I'm not going to be able to get this in 30 minutes. Oh my god. Select 3 cards. There are 3 attacks in each round. The winners are assigned by comparing cards to the opponent. The highest cards win, and the following applies in the event of a draw. This is not very well explained. I'm already confused. So I guess we have to just pick whichever ones have. What does the S mean? I thought, do you pick on the highest number? What does the S mean? Is it like 0 cards in Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, whereas like it can either count as 0 or 9? Like the only thing that can beat an S card is another S card. I wish they'd been saying that. Also, I don't know what click angry sheet goes to hide this message. That's also really confusing. What do these lines mean? In the event of a draw, either equals or is also lesser to SP, which is more than attack, which equals defense. I think this could have benefited from being in like a circular thing. It's like the Fire Emblem triangle. Also, it's really confusing how it's like, this is better than this, is better than this, is better than this, and one of them is equal than the other one. Oh, this is a lot to memorize. And also another thing, when you do a weakness triangle, you tend to put it in like the same order. It's like either is over SP, is over attack, is over defense. But no, it's like either is under SP, is over attack, it equals to death, is under match. Like if you just put these in a different order, I really want to just take a screenshot of it. I'm taking a fucking screenshot of this. I'm slamming my screenshot button. I've slammed my sleeves for a screenshot button. I'm gonna reorder this so you'll be able to understand what the fuck it means. That's a challenge for future me in editing. For now, I'm gonna try and play this. Oh my god. Wait, what? I pressed send. Okay, so it's whichever one I mouse over shows. Oh, that's even more confusing! Like you'd think that would be intuitive if you go like, hey, mouse over and click fire and it'll tell you it's weak to water, but the entire interface, I thought that was just telling you what it means, but no. Okay, the one on the far left is the one you're currently selecting, not what equals it, and I don't know. What does the S mean? If I mouse over the S, it doesn't tell me. What does the S mean? And then I was pressing Z, and I was like, why is it not I don't know. If the little sheet goes button does not mean Z, what does it mean? Why don't you just put it? Is that like the tab button? Is that really badly rendered tab or enter or something? I'm just gonna click the ones. Do we get a bonus for clicking 3 of the same type or something? I'm gonna click the ones which seem to be highest, and I click 1S, and I'm gonna make them all like. See that S has 2 swords on it, so does that mean S is small? But no, the S boot is not like a more detailed boot. Does that mean it's a different type? And I wouldn't get a free type bonus from clicking 2 1 swords and 1 2 swords. Should I click? Should I click 3 shoes? I'll click 3 shoes, and should I be putting Z and S at the first? Does S mean more or less? S tends to be like special or better. Should I put one S at the beginning and one S at the end? Do I get more bonus if I either have it the same number twice? Okay, push accept or cancel. Does that mean press Z again? So that's really confusing. It said like press this to end to hide this message, but then you have to press it 3 times and then 1 more time to hide this message. I don't even know what damage I dealt with that or what the S's meant. It still didn't say what the S's meant. It's saying caution. How can I be caution of it? You're not telling me what the guy is doing. What am I supposed to be doing? It's like, do the card backings on the guy's side mean so? Okay, that's a HP bar. That's a HP bar. It looks like XP. I thought that was XP. Also, why are we starting already with such small amounts of HP? Did that guy take that much off us in one turn, or we just start with really low HP? Okay, that at least I can say is good. We're hovering over, and it seems that what it's showing is how much damage we're dealing, but that can't be correct. It's showing the same for everything, no matter what we mouse over. But so do the numbers not mean anything? Does the S not mean it? I only have... Okay, I have one that's not an S, so 2 swords means something different than 1 sword. Ah! 2 swords is an SP attack. So SP isn't like MP, it's like special attack, so it's like limit break attack or something, and Eva and Mad. Also, what are our stats even? Are we an Eva or a Mad? Because I'm assuming we're like a striking guy because we have a sword, but then... And then we have a second character, so is she gonna have different abilities? I don't know. I'm gonna evade if he says caution. Does that mean we should pick evade? Also, does it matter what order we put them in? Does anything make any sense? Okay, we didn't evade. We only took 1 damage, so did we do good? The animations are nice, I didn't comment on that because I was too overwhelmed. Okay, we've only seen 1 magic so far. Should I even be picking 3 of the same type, or is that bad? Should I be picking defend and evade? Like, I don't know. Does it matter what order we put them in? Does it matter if they're all the same number? Do more numbers do not seem to be dealing more, because it's always showing that tiny bit of this bar coming off. I'm so confused. I'm going full on like actual panic mode here. Like, I did not think a game would put me on panic. The fact they have 30 minutes to figure this out, and it's so just immediately overwhelming in front, just the most confusing system is I'm worried I'm gonna get to the 30 minutes, I'm not gonna make any progress, and I'm gonna lose every fucking battle. I'm going to just click the highest damage sword. Okay, I dealt more than I predicted. That was a really cool animation of him swishing around. I want to like see if anyone's ripped the sprites from these games so I can like study how to do these cool animations. That's really great and awesome. And I do appreciate how this game has so many different unique art styles, and they're all equally good and they're all equally consistent. Like, we have, like I said, the overworld sprites, we have the in-battle sprites, we have the different tutorial sprites, we have the portrait sprites, we have the bigger portraits for in-battle. They're all really, really, really amazing, and they're all equally consistent. None of them looks clashing. We've had so many clashing art styles in this, it's really great. It's also really impressive to think that they did all this, like, within much smaller limits and early days of RPG. Like, they must have, like, used some kind of, like limit breaking thing to get the side view battles to even be this tall, and it's all really great, and I hope the bad, confusing combat system doesn't drag me down. I hope the next battle will be like, hey, tutorial, this is what S's mean. It's just gonna be like, it's just slightly dragging down. That was so weird how it showed you the predicted damage, and the damage I dealt was more than that, and I don't know what's going on. Also, this time it showed what this guy is using, but it didn't before. Were the colours of the backing on it supposed to be like to predict what it means? What does caution mean? What does does it say class? It looks like the top of it's cut off. It's like LL ass. LL ab. Class 1 power slash. What do all these things on the top? Items, we had no way of using items. What does the button on the top mean? Because that was a button that said press this button to hide. I don't know what the button means. Is it really so hard to just put the actual keyboard button on the screen? Oh, that was a funny effect. He looks like a snail on the floor. Okay, I take it back. There's one very mild difference in the overworld sprites is Seal's hair seems to look like a shortened bob rather than being as short as it is on every other sprite. But, and also it is kind of like they're staring at me like they're about to beat me to death. They don't look necessarily as good staring front-wise, but oh well. Oh shoot. What? The combat system is really confusing. I'm dying, please. Should have told him my name before not. Okay, I'm being revived. Seal's endearing character traits are bringing me back. I do like that. I was worried when I first saw it, okay, oh, it's a really generic protagonist, so it's probably just going to be some generic, like, edgy dude. Just him being a guy who was trying to be a generic edgy dude is such a galaxy brain idea, and I'm surprised more games haven't already done that. I love you, you're endearing, I want to pat you on the head. Ah. And it's great to have him accompanied by like an actual sane person as well, because again it's a good subversion of like the healer trope. You usually expect like the neat healer. Oh my god, we're doing really good animations. Holy shit, cutscenes. Got a whole ladder coming out, everyone's going, wow, Steve, stop right there. Like, oh my god, no picture, that's funny. Is that an error or is that just a part of a game system? Because usually when you have NPCs that don't have a portrait, you just remove that box machine. I guess they can't because it's a custom box, it has to be built in. That's kind of funny, but those animations are really good. I've totally lost my train of thought because those animations are so good they've obliterated everything out of me. I was going to say, was this only the second game we've had so far which has contained backflips on a roof? I would only have 2 nickels, but it's strange that it happened twice. Hey, you handle these guys. And that's what I was going to say, is I like how everything is subversive. Like the demure healer looking lady is actually like totally sassy and a complete arsehole to you and is like only out for her own skin. I also like how we have little emojis actually in the text boxes. That's really unique. It makes up for these NPCs not having their own portraits. They just have like mini emojis and that's really cute. Anyway, God, with no chance of capturing her. Make no mistake, you won't get me either. Now then, this ring isn't too valuable, right? I bet the labour to make it costs more than it's worth. Well, have fun looking for it. I was gonna say if he just threw it off the roof, that would be hilarious. This game is anticipating exactly what would be the most hilarious and subversive at every moment. And remember, I am the Shadow Knight! Oh, that's who you remind me of! Phantom Renegade from Medabots! I love that absolute idiot. I love you too, Seal. I know, I love you too, Shadow Knight! From now on, the night belongs to me! I am the Batman and the Joker at the same time. What are you doing? Where are the thieves? You can tell it's the captains. They camouflaged with the roof better. Well, they threw the ruby down there and ran. Idiots throwing the fake as the old. That's unexpected. I was just 100% willing to believe that Seal is stupid enough to just abandon his prize because all he actually cared about was the fame of pulling off the theft, not the actual thing he actually wanted to steal. But you're 1% smarter than expected, Seal. Throwing a fake is the oldest trick in the book. Yeah, I'll get off it. Phantom Renegade would not even think of that. You were already leagues ahead. Literally the first episode of Medabots is Phantom Renegade being like, whoa, ha ha ha, I've stolen the big rare whatever it is. Those fools, they let it slip through their fingers. And he immediately drops it into a lake and it's the funniest thing ever because up until then the entire cutscene had like painted this guy as like a genuine like 100% scary phantom thief. And then just as soon as he actually talks, he's a total dork and I love him, he's the best. Now get after them! Yes sir! Sorry sir! Hey the lad! I love how even the cool villains are funny as well. This game is gonna be a comedic romp, I hope so. That's so good. We need a good like comedy focused game. Like again it makes me think of like Stargazer. Reasons why Stargazer sucks. Game that tries to be all subversive and funny and haha meta jokes all the time, but all the jokes are absolutely boring and terrible, it doesn't work. It just makes it seem like a generic RPG that doesn't care about being a generic RPG. This game, actually funny, shows how much of an impact actually being funny will make on the quality of a subversive game. Hooray! I'm sorry I doubted your new media. Everything you translate does turn to gold. Lieutenant! I thought that was Seal again. And you're pointing at you even more look like Seal again. Are you his brother? Or are you Seal in disguise as a lieutenant? This is all there is? Or is it just me because I have prosopagnosia? That is an equally valid take. I'm stumbling over my words, so I'm actually very hyped. Hyped. This game good. I'm good, I'm game. Yeah, this is all this is. Where are the others? Squads 2 and 3 are already searching, sir. We're searching for missing portraits. It's still not enough. It's a unit assigned to security for the Irwin Company Art Gallery. The Irwin Gallery? It's on I always get mixed up with that word. It was on Colonel DeWalt's orders. And DeWalt is a cute name. Well, in the meantime, our National Gallery has been attacked. We'll be a laughing stock of a town. Lieutenant, I was going to say, it must be really hard to translate a game within these restrictions, like only three lines in the text box, and it's like a quite small one where the words take up a lot of space, because, again, it's an earlier RPG Maker game where, like, the resolution was so small you didn't have much room for English text. But you know what's a game which had such a short text limit and was terrible for it? Dokapon Monster Hunter on the GBA. I've played that on my channel before, there's been loads of hilarious results. I'll link in the description. There's like a video I made, like, these monster descriptions are so bad they're like abstract poetry, and it was like having to limit monster descriptions to like 2 sentences, and they had to like cut down like a million words to like try and at least vaguely convey the same information. It just came off like abstract haiku poetry. I'm impressed by a localization company which can work within that restriction and actually still make believable, reasonable dialogue. Anyway, Lieutenant, the Irwin Art Gallery was raided. It was chateau. Oh, the Smithy's got away. It's no time to be chasing petty thieves. Call back all the units. Where is he? It's also really funny how he's being a phantom thief in like medieval Britain or whatever the hell this is. It's even funny to have that archetype of like very modern anime in here. Where is Celia? Colonel Celia ran to Red Celestial and gave pursuit. Okay. Ran into the Red Celestial or Red Celestial, like, so I'm assuming that's the name of a person then because there's no like definite article before it. Red Celestial? So yeah, is that someone else's Phantom Thief name? Are there multiple Phantom Thieves running around in medieval England? Very well, we'll leave that to Celia. We'll pursue the intruder targeting floor 3. Floor 3 was protected by magic. If the intruder was a mage, he should be seriously injured. We cannot let him escape. Why are we assuming it's a him? I was going to say, the only mage we saw was our girl in the party before, and she ditched us like an absolute arsehole. It was really hilarious. Sir, yes, sir. But again, I'm forgetting how old this game is because it's so fucking good already. I should be remembering from. Are you Red Celestial? You look cool, Master Man. I was close, yet so far, so far. I managed to steal this clown nose though. I was going to say, you look really rad and cool. I hope it can be a party member we gain later on, like a cool rival character or something. Ooh, wiggly hair physics. It's really surprising that they managed to get so much good detailed animations out of such tiny, like, super limited sprites, which looks like, honestly, like Lego Men. This is if the original Final Fantasy VII, the blocky Lego Man polygons, had really surprisingly good animation despite it. Was this game made before Final Fantasy VII? Oh my god, I need to look into this. I'm pausing time. Only 8 minutes left of the timer. No, I don't want to stop it in 8 minutes. We all just got started. I wasted so much time gushing about it and also panicking about how bad the battle system was. I hope that does improve later on. I hope it's just, like, the first tutorial was really unclear. Oh yeah, I checked up. It came out in 2006 in Japanese and 2014 in English. It's not quite 10 years, it's just a little under 10 years, but that's definitely a really massively huge wait. Like, the only time I've heard of a wait that long for a translation is on the Princess Maker series, which is a game I was very nostalgic for as a kid, and it took until, like, my late 20s for it actually to get an official English release, which is, like, a nightmare. Unfortunately, that official English release was also terrible and machine translated, but oh well. So, yeah, this game came out, it wasn't before Final Fantasy VII, but it was very quite early. This was around the time the Nintendo DS was, like, first a whisper in the wind coming towards us. Wow. I'm going to start time again. I'm going to make an executive decision. We're going to play this up to the 1 hour mark because I'm loving it. And I want to hug it. I want to hug it so much. I really hope that the combat system being bad and confusing isn't going to get in my way of enjoying this. I want to fully finish the game. I want to really enjoy it. I feel like I might push through with it even if the combat system is shit because I love his characters so much. Anyway, what is it? I don't know. Yeah, our hero, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, were you like sensing something on the wind? Do you have cool magical powers? Is that why you've decided to become a magical phantom thief? Is because you have cool powers? It's like Destiny has chosen me to be the protagonist, and then like it's a big subversion of everything. I don't know. Everything's really good. I'm really hyped actually. You don't know? Yeah, it's the city. Somehow it feels heavy tonight. I have building sensing powers. City feels heavy? Well, I would assume it is. It's made of bricks. Yes, but bring it on. I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, is it like I can sense, like, it's full of criminals tonight. Oh, I'm going to have a tough time on this mission. Oh, just, like, hyping yourself up. Like, oh, I think it's going to be the hardest mission ever and I'm so cool. What fun would it be with our challenge? You're a goober and I love you. Many heads up that the opening movie has a brief scene of blood. I'll be putting a timestamp here of when it happens and when to skip to if you'd just like to avoid that part. It is not important to watch because unfortunately almost all the cool scenes shown here don't actually happen in the plot. Like this is the opposite of the 10,000 RPGMaker games which started with an unlikable arsehole protagonist. This game starts with the best fucking protagonist. And really cool, impressive CG cutscenes. We've played so many which don't have this level of really good cutscenes. Like 10 or more years later. Look at that cool, like, colours and dramaticness. Look how it's conveying so much about the characters without a single word. Look how many distinct and unique cutscenes were in that. This is the opening video? Oh my gosh. Like the whole opening video is like an animatic. This is so good. Look at these dramatic cutscenes. Look how it's working within so much limitations of pixels and colours. Oh! It is true, I love this game! That's adorable, just drawing how he sits under the cover. That's a really cool effect that reminds me of Summon Knight Swordcraft story. With a dramatic effect of it going behind you, and they're like childhood friends of some kind, and they're working and adventuring together, but she's got all sassy with the ears and so grumpy with him, but she likes him. Who is this funny looking guy? Is that going to be a funny enemy guy and a funny... You are the serious guy we know before. Are you related to our protagonist? Are you like his long lost brother? Ooh, that's a cool animation! I love it! It was leaping into a sky with a fat food. Who is this cat? Are we the cat? Is he the cat? Who are you also? Fairness. Who are you especially? That's a really cool pose. You're that cool assassin person. Oh, who are you? Are you the grey-haired person? So I know you're a green-haired person, but you kind of look similar. Are you our evil enemy of some kind? Are you our cool rival? Can you join our party? You're so cool. That's a really cool particle. That's a really cool particle effect. We got snow. We got spinning. We've got like a full-ass anime opening here. The only complaint I have is that the music isn't necessarily very good or fitting, just kind of generic. But look how fucking cool these visuals are. We have going on divergent possibly. There could be like some dramatic breakup arc later in the story. Because honestly, we're kind of already breaking up at the beginning, but it's kind of like funny betrayal as opposed to like serious betrayal. And when again, like with childhood friends, what's happened to change it to make us so grumpy about it? So it's just like tsundere about her feels she really does care deep down. That's a cool fire effect also. Who is this dramatic person? Who is Fabia? Who is Fabia? Are you the same person, the assassin person later on? We got a boat. I really like your face, cool power actually. I like you. You remind me of Jade from the series. Oh my god, there's blood. I'll put a warning up there, there's blood during the... That's the cool dramatic. There's a grandpa. There's a it's mad scientist, the mad scientist in the game. I love it. There's actual animation happening now. I don't know what's going on, but I love everything. I'll put a trigger warning up and there's blood in the opening cutscene for people watching this. And I'll put like a timestamp here to skip here, but I definitely see the rest of the opening cutscene because it's really fucking cool. I love it. That reminds me of the Pokemon Gold and Silver, how it looked in the nighttime palette. It's never looked that good ever again. It's very true. That's a very, very well drawn true. I now know what true is in Japanese. I'm really actually very hyped. I'm going to... When this cutscene ends, I'm going to pause the game and I'm going to get a drink because I've actually got my throat sore from screaming at that really cool opening cutscene. Hey, what's up with the poster outside? Is it like a wanted poster or something? Like it was like in the cutscene she was putting up a wanted poster for us. Have you turned against us? What about it? What is wheel ticket? Oh! So like you're running like a detective agency. Is it like you're hired to like steal things back from like for people evil? You're hired to do evil jobs or something, and you're actually the bads. But you're really just you're a funny goober who wants to be famous in Phantom Thief. You're not really that bad, but she actually is really bad. Is that going to be what it is? Like we start off working for the bads. Like one of us is actually bad and one of us not so bad, and then we open up our heart to love and friendship because we used to be childhood friends somehow, and we all go redeemed and go running off into the field to become the actual heroes. Because I don't want to live in a world where I can't sympathise with Seal. I want Seal to be the actual hero he wants to be. I support his dreams. What does Will take any job supposed to mean? We're not gophers. It took me so long to realise that that's the American slang for like a guy who's run off his feet doing a bunch of jobs for people. Because I was just like, isn't that an animal? Whenever I saw that being used, I would take it so literally. It's so funny. We might as well be gophers. We're very small and fuzzy. It's times expensive. Private Investigator's million is covered by the gopher poster. That's right, it was so expensive we haven't finished paying off a loan for it. Oh, okay, so it's gonna be like, she's like, sort of like the reasonable one to his crazy fancies where he's gone off and like, spent $1 bazillion and stuff, so he does actually kind of have a reason to be so grumpy with him. Anyway, as I always say, we need to pick and choose our jobs. I only want to do the big dramatic ones, and it's like, we actually also have to do the ones which will provide money for a house in which to live. You know what this is, right? Estrogen? A fake ring. That's right, because someone went through the real one. I was gonna say it seemed out of character for him to actually be smart enough to pull that off. Oh, I love you, Seal. I love you. See, I still would have liked him if he was like only faking to be dumb for the sake of. I infinitely more like the idea of like we are playing as the absolute goober, stupid head protagonist. We're gonna have a lot of growth throughout the entirety of the game and be funny and cute, and I love him. I adore him, he is my friend, I'm hugging him. I'm hugging him through the screen. Do they make plushies of this guy? We should make plushies of this guy. I'm sorry? Hey, what happened to my sword collection? One of my swords is missing. Oh, see, I already like Mr. now because it's so unique. We ate it yesterday. I was just hoping it says that just to be honest, yeah, I sold it because we need money because you're an idiot. It's even funnier when she's trolling him about it. Don't kid around, that sword collection is as important to me as life itself. You know what should be more important to you, sir? Having the money to eat and live. I'm glad it's not more important, now I don't feel so guilty about pawning it. I'll buy it back of my share. Your share of what? Your share of our takings? I hate to tell you this, but standing around arguing doesn't increase our income. I love it even more how generic the protagonist designs are works even better with a plot. Like it's odd. Like her having this generic, like demure, lovely smiling gentle face makes it even funnier when she's like a trolling absolute arsehole bastard. And him having such a cool looks like it should be a squall rip-off face makes it even funnier when he's totally incompetent at his job. I love them. I am like spraying spit all across the screen because I can't stop talking about how much I like it. We've got over 30 minutes now. Our timer is going to be up in like a couple minutes, and I haven't even got to any gameplay because so many of these rounds I haven't got to any gameplay because the game doesn't do much at the beginning and it's boring as shit. Here I haven't got to anything because I'm enjoying myself too much. I can't shut up and actually play the game. And I can't sell any more of my swords. We can't be picky about what jobs we take on. Alright, I love that funny face. I love a good variety of character portraits for faces too. So what job do we have? It's a missing person case. Show you that's a private investigator enough for you. It's not a missing person, it's a missing cat. Were you the cat in the opening cutscene? That's right, a gold colour. Ooh, fancy. So this is gonna be like a fantasy setting, magic and stuff. I guess because we were told magic exists in the battle system, but they're gonna be like cool monsters and stuff. Yeah. Oh, there goes our timer. No, a gold coloured cat. The reward is 20,000 Phil. It's it's strange how rare it is to find games that have like a unique name for the currency. It's usually just gold all the time. Or it's just like a synonym for gold. Which is kind of funny how it's like Gil but we changed it by one letter. Pretty good, right? 20,000 for a cat. Some people have more money than sense. It's not my pride as a private investigator that's wounded, it's my pride as Shadow Knight the Thief. Okay, so this is like 2 jobs. Do you like steal stuff and then get people to hire you to steal it back? Because that's kind of an arsehole move. We can't eat pride. One screenshot to sell the entire game on it. It's like even this one or the one joking about eating swords. Like you are going to love these protagonists. You are going to love them. You are legally required to love them. Nothing, no force on earth can stop you from having an absolutely hilarious, funny time with this. Oh my god, we can't eat pride. She's such a hotter. She reminds me of Azumi from Full Metal Alchemist. Like she's got that energy. She could probably wrestle a bear. Or do you want to give it a try? Alright already. Press the accept button while moving. That's weird because it's usually the cancel button while moving to dash. Note to dash stamina cost. Oh, I do hate when games have like a stamina bar for sprinting when there's no real actual reason for it. Like, if you're not having like an action battle system where there's any other use for stamina aside from running, you're just making it less convenient for the player. Oh, don't remind me of Lunar Dragon's song. No, it reduces your HP if you run. Bloody hell. What? Why would you put such a heavy punishment to just a basic gameplay convenience? So that is my verdict. Is everything about the gameplay has been terrible. Everything about the story has been amazing. And that's bizarre. I really hope it improves as we go on because I don't want to not enjoy this game. Yeah, you press yes to move. Oh, okay. So the dash stamina bar seems to recover very quickly. Okay, that's not much of a problem as I want. Okay, in the top corner it says Grand Thief Wannabe. So we have chapter titles. Oh, that's a really cool menu animation. Holy shit, how do they do this in such an early RPGMaker? Oh, I was gonna say it's really nice that they have a mini map, but it's so crunched I can't even tell what's going on. So that's probably not gonna be very helpful. Congratulations! I'm taking back everything I said about the interface being good. Welcome to the literal worst status screen I've ever seen in the world. Can you gain a single piece of information from this? Let's just go through all of these things one by one. To start with, our 2 protagonists have entirely different stats. What does that mean? Does it mean we only play as one of them? She's like a support character, has different ones. Secondly, what does a judge stat mean? Thirdly, what do the points mean? Is there like points we can apply into them? Fourthly, why are our stats labelled as like 0, 4 plus 0, 0 equals 4? Is that like what we've got equipped? No, but there is no equipment system. Fifth, what the fuck does class 1 power slash mean? That was also in there. What's it mean? Why is there an icon of also like clul level behind it? So it's not class, it's ability, and why does it say skill and then class and they're the same thing? Is it class like level 1? No, because it says level 1 next to it. What does class 1 level 1? Are they both the same thing? Fourth level, fifth, wherever we are. What the fuck does short sword? So we only have one equipment and it's short sword. What in the ever-loving housing interface for the short sword? We've got attack, defense, either in a big massive pile of black space in a really weird shape with like 2 lines down. What are the little glowing spears supposed to mean? Why is there also one of them next to the word short sword? And we have healing potions, an icon that is not a potion times 3. That's also a card. We have an equipment and a stock of the card. What do the cards mean? What does the S mean? Is it S or is it 5? It looks more like a 5 on the scene. It looks like an S on the battle screen. Do we have items? Do items even exist? Is healing potions the only item? Where is the tutorial? I don't know what to do. Also, the font! Christ, it looks like our name is Skill and Skarner. Those are unironically better names. Okay, item menu. Please, item menu. Please, item menu. It's so refreshing and lovely to see compared to that absolute, like... Funny, it's riding a Princess Maker because that was an absolute Princess Maker level terrible menu. And I'm so refreshed to just see a normal, well-categorized menu with like actual graphics other than just a big wall of text. It even has a better interface for the skills that makes more sense. Why is it not just like that on the status menu? Also, we have 0 money. I'm gonna save. At least the save interface, it seems like it's the default save interface, so I don't know how they could fuck that up, to be honest. Okay, I'm back, I have a drink, I have calmed down a little bit, I just kind of got carried away with the hyperfocus. That's a great sign, a wonderful sign. This game had like such high highs and such low lows, but it's all balancing out. The highs are much higher than the lows. Neat! Oh, it's an orange on the floor! Yeah! Floranges. Okay, why is there just a crystal underneath the bed? Okay, that's actually really annoying, is whenever I click on something to try and inspect it, it also makes the dash bar go down, even though I'm not dashing, I'm just inspecting. I feel like you should have fixed that in the programming. Or literally just like every other game in the entire world made dash be mapped to the cancel button instead, or the shift button. Every other RPG game I've ever played has had one of those 2 buttons. I have not met a single other one where it's the same button as to actually click on stuff. So it's been here ever since we moved in. Even I can't open it. Oh, is that going to be like an optional Easter egg or something that we can figure it out later on? Bugs the heck out of me wondering what's inside. That definitely makes me think that the ultimate weapon is hidden there at the very end of the game. Dancers. I don't know if there was an option to like try and enter the right. This is definitely your room. Here's my floor swords! Yay! And it's my table swords. I'm surprised there isn't one also in the bed, just like lovingly tucked in with a pillow. Okay, how do we get to that? Okay, that was really unintuitive. It seemed like I'd be able to walk behind the chair, but you instead you walk in front of it. You have a collision box over there. Oh, and sleep. The collision boxes aren't necessarily very good for this. But it's also an issue in early RPG Makers. It was a bit hard to get collision to go with them. Specifically, the top of objects. I remember that because it was still a problem even in the VX Ace era. Cats all over town. How about we just grab one and paint it gold? No! Let's start by searching. I love how she's just not even deigning to answer. Sometimes I wish she wouldn't just ignore me like that. Hey! That's a big coincidence. Let's go chase after that big coincidence. Actually, let's go explore the town already first, because I love. That's when they pointed out the sign and you can't actually inspect it to click on it. We obtained a banana peel, that's really fun. Grandpa! Howard the Grandpa. Oh, it's such a shame we didn't have a portrait for the Grandpa. I was a hunter too back in the day. I traded the bow for a staff. So is hunter like the name of like the class, or is it just literally like I was a hunter as opposed to like a warrior or something? I was gonna say like, is hunter like treasure hunter or something? But that's interesting to think about, like someone who started off as a certain class and later on became a different one. I guess like maybe mage is just easier for older people to do because it doesn't require much physical strength. That's interesting to think about. I want to learn the entire life story of this Pampus. I've already invested in him. You look like the default RPGMaker guy. It's starting to get cold out. Time to start spending more time indoors. That's the exact opposite of what's happening now. It's only just suddenly starting to get sunny around here. I'll buy any ceremonial items you may have. Okay, you don't know what those are? Jerome, that's a really cool name. You work in a case? Good luck on that. Isn't Jerome usually spelled like G-E? I guess it's a different variation of it. God, it's like night and day when you actually sprint. I can't. I'm gonna have to like sprint. I can't deal with just not doing it to save HP. So yeah, it takes roughly 2 seconds to drain out. It fills up pretty fast. That's really good. As long as I just have to keep making sure, as long as it never gets down to full. And I think it said when it gets down to 0 is when you start losing HP. So as long as I keep it safe, I never let it go down to 0, I'll be fine. Yeah, it's really weird that there's so many signs we haven't been able to click on and inspect any signs yet. Especially the one that was like mentioned in the. That's really cute little foods. Especially the one that was mentioned in the cutscene. We couldn't actually look at it. You'll be surprised at how much information we soldiers over here. Okay, I guess I will. Suppose I will, actually. Hey, Sail, did you come... Seal. Is it Seal or Sail, actually? I didn't even think of that. Did you come to see my butchering? I mean, carving skills. He's got like an ominous scar on his face. Like, that's actually really cool. Did you get that from just being at reckless abandon at destroying cabbages? I'm gonna steal your egg. I'm gonna steal your apple. The floor apple has now been reunited with the floor orange. I was gonna say that the priests look more like pirates. You're a professor, okay. The mad scientists look like priests, which also look like pirates. I used to work for the church, but academia is much more interesting. I used to work for the church, and I ditched them, and I stole the uniform, I guess? Special socket. Oh, I thought it was going to be a potion. That's actually quite funny. Ah, the greatest healing potion of all. Beer. Well, it's more like a harming potion. I was imagining like a mad scientist, like an alchemist in the dead of night, like, finally, I have invented it. The harming potion! He just like holds up a can of Stella. Okay, I guess that's everything around here. There's nothing in here to be actually doing. I do still like just exploring a little NPC-filled town, even though there's not much going on. It has been a bit weird to notice how every NPC has only had one text box so far. Is that like a limitation of the engine somehow? You look like Armin from Attack on Titan. Hey Seal, look, I got a storage key now. You can get it anytime you want. Yeah, everyone will only say one letter. Okay, I guess we can't get in here if you want. Or is that just not the right end to go in? But there's trouble on floor 3 of the art gallery. Like, I am legally forbidden from saying any more than that. It's locked. The cat up on the roof, you can get it there through the second floor window. Okay, that's where we have to go next. Let's move and look at everything else. Self-proclaimed sword guru. I like how they managed to portray so much personality through characters you don't even have a picture. So I have some combat experience. Did you know the secret technique? The secret technique to have a second text box? Secret technique is predicting your opponent's cards. Would you like to? Yes, I would want to learn how. Please, tutorial man, please. And then you just don't tell. This game is cruel. Huh? What was that? I clicked it a second time. Okay, that was really weird. It said, would you like to? And then it just ended the text box. And I had to click again on him to do it. And then before the text box even appeared, it was registering my hits to select that. Please teach me. Cheeky punk. I'm just like, that's actually really funny how Seal's sass means he doesn't get the tutorial, he gets an actual life-threatening experience. I love the animation like this. I don't even have like, it's so rare for a game to even have like entrance animations, let alone really unique ones like that. He bloody slides in and she teleports in. It's so cool. Those are all good cards right away on regret, as you're about to find out. Okay, but how do I know what's a good card? What do the numbers mean? Am I supposed to use 3 of the same in an order? Am I supposed to use numbers in increasing or decreasing order? What does it mean? No ways to predict your opponent's attacks, please tell. I want to know how to predict my attacks first. What do the numbers mean? Okay, so red, blue or green means something? Red might be SA. Oh, that's an unfortunate acronym. I guess because this game came out so early, it didn't mean that back then. I do not want to sexually assault people. Let's shorten this to Stratak. Blue might be a Nomak. And green is probably something else. It's so vague! It's so vague! Even the tutorial is so vague! It's like red might be this, but it also might be everything else. Green might be, and this is like, it might be a good attack, it might be a bad attack, or it might be something entirely different. This is not helpful! To predict from the color what kind of card, it's something, it is a basic thing they should have told you, like, dude, is it the enemy's cards in that order battle your cards in that order? So I'm supposed to have, like, if they have attack in the first slot, I'm supposed to have defend in the first slot or something. You'd think that would be, like, either explained in the first battle or conveyed in any way by the battle animation. Remember, these are probabilities, not certainties. So that could also just be the same one. And yeah. So it's basically useless to predict it. So these cards are red, so you would expect Strataks, but card colors might just be bluffs. Lucky you live to find another round. But beware. The opposite can happen. That can be fatal. So yeah, ignore everything I've told you because it doesn't matter, and it can just be entirely random. The accuracy is about 80%. Okay. That's at least good to know that there is a way to make the tutorial actually say correct information, and it's tied entirely to having a high agility stat. So I guess this is the most important stat need to raise above everything else. Is there like a guide to like how high your agility has to be to get to 100% accuracy? Because I would really like the interface to be telling me the correct things, please. Can't see your stats, I consider your opponent's agility too. So is it just my agility versus the opponent's agility? How can I consider their agility if they don't have agility anywhere on the screen? See that flashing caution? That means the opponent could have a level 4 card in the hand. Okay, thank you for you have now definitively explained one thing of actual correct information. So that's what caution means, okay? It means there is so I'm assuming that does mean that the higher number attacks are important. And good, and is like, but what does the S mean? Does S mean the lowest or does it mean the highest? You can't tell which is the 4 though. If the cards are all green, it's fairly safe, but if they're red, it doesn't show how many either, so this could happen. It may have been a bluff. What's more, only bosses will signal a level 4 special attack. So boss signals between turns when you know the level 4 special attack is coming. Okay, so for bosses and only for bosses, a unique animation plays to show that the caution means a special attack as opposed to a regular attack. We can't just put... But again, the animation could not mean anything like that, okay. Sometimes a level 4 special attack is definitely coming and there is a towel. But unusual and obvious towel pattern... Okay, so yeah, so that was a really confusing way of saying it, so when the animation happens, it is indeed guaranteed. That's what you're saying to me. If it's an animation, it's guaranteed. If it's not an animation, it's not guaranteed. Then why did you say sometimes it's not guaranteed after showing the animation? Or is it just the two, because the two animations are different, does that matter? Is it only certain types of animation meaning it's guaranteed? What about animation made it more of an obvious tell than the other animation? They both look like obvious tell. If that happens, one of those green cards is definitely false. Okay, at least it's like we can play mind games. We can know if he does the one thing which indicates it's definitely an attack, it means it's definitely an attack. But then how are you supposed to know where it is or how to predict or anything? Should I just like put 4s in all slots to prevent it just in case? In this case, will always be a level 4 special attack in there somewhere. In this case, the high probability that a second card is a level 4 special attack, but it could be any of the other ones because, like you said, greens could be totally a fake out. Since you know what, coming to use a strong card in defense against it, if you put it in the right slot, which you don't know because the predictions are not accurate. The system I just told you is always consistent and applies once per turn. Well, what does that mean? How would that be once per turn? Like, do they only show a towel once per turn? Or is it just like, do you mean like one of the 3 cards? What are you talking about once per turn? It might be all bluffing, but okay. Is it because you swiped once that time and you swiped 3 the first time? Is that a different? But if every enemy has a different animation, how would I know which is the definite towel and which is the fake towel? Like, is it always going to be 3 swipes or 3 versions of the animation? You can predict the high. I don't think it's a high accuracy. You just spent 5 textbooks telling you how low accuracy this is. The red card indicates a stat attack, and the opponent's talent indicates a forced attack, a caution indicates a 4 card, so we can... So basically, the caution is fucking useless because whenever it's a 4 attack, it'll do the tell anyway, and the caution just means it's a 4 not special attack. So if you have the tell for a special attack and the tell for not a special attack, it doesn't mean there's a special attack and a not special attack. It could just be covering for the special attack anyway. It just means there is at least one 4. So you could be having 2 tells telling you exactly the same thing. Oh. But I think that means definitely if the caution appears and they don't do an animation, it's not going to be a special attack. So the third... What about that meant the third attack is guaranteed to be that? What about that meant it was guaranteed to be the 3rd slot? What the hell? I'm not following this at all. But while the probability is very low, it could still be the... Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You just said it's guaranteed it's in the 3rd, but it could still be a fake. You are contradicting yourself every second. This is not a well-written tutorial. Like literally I was about to say, you just said that no matter what, it's always a chance it can be a fake. But you went, no, it's guaranteed to be the 3rd. Again, what about it said it had to be in the 3rd slot? What about it said it couldn't be in the 3rd or 2nd? Like you said that greens can be a fake and they can actually be a hidden red. Putting your opponent's moves is the key to using your foreign card effectively. We just thoroughly explained how you cannot in any way do that. Now we're on to the next point. I haven't even mastered the first point. Oh god. So quite a slightly less exciting defense and evade cards. Okay. Oh, Luna! Someone explain what they mean! Thank you. Why was this not in the first tutorial? Why is this an optional missable tutorial with a man to tell you the basics of what defense and evade mean? Okay, so defense and evade. Does this mean having Okay, you have to have 2 in a row. No, but it says to score a bonus attack 3 times for a special attack. Does that mean to defend against a bonus attack or a special attack? The way that's written, it sounds like if you put 2 defends in a row, you get an attack instead. But I'm assuming it's just phrased badly and it means that 2 defends in a row will block against a regular attack and 3 defends in a row will block against a special attack. So if the caution and the tell comes up, I have to put 3 defends in a row. That's what you're saying. But also, does it mean 2? It has to be 3 defends in a row, or it can be 2 defends and 1 evade or something. Because I was only ever having 1 defend in my entire deck, and it seems like from what you're saying, 1 defend will not ever do anything. Also, do the numbers matter? Does it have to be in the same exact order of numbers as the enemy has? Is it like the added total of a defend? I don't know. A small risk counterattack on block what goes for you. Okay, it's a counterattack. Thank you. I wish you just said the word counterattack in the previous section. Okay, so disregard everything I said about trying to comprehend it then. So putting down 1 defend will defend. Putting down 2 defends will counterattack. Putting down 3 defends will counterattack, which will also hit a special attack. Okay, I should be writing the fuck of this down everywhere. It's not a good sign when your game requires you to make a cheat sheet to how to understand the basic concept of battle. Counterattacks turn hard in the battle to make sure to make use of them. But do I need 3 defends or can it be 2 defends and an evade? Let's test this, okay? Okay, let's test this. Let's test these. Do I get a counterattack if I do these? I didn't counterattack. It has to be 3 of the same one. No, but I had 2 evades in order. I didn't do that, so I didn't get a counterattack even had 2 evades. Does it have to be? I don't even know. It didn't do what it said. Also, what does auto mean? What does shift mean? What is an auto little thing? What is the button for auto then? It says, it's just so inconsistent. It says shift, it says the actual button shift, and it says click, whatever the fuck button that weird bedsheet goes to symbolises, and then it says auto. What is auto button? What are any of the buttons on top of the screen mean? What does class 1 power slash mean? Okay, I'm just gonna throw attacks at the screen. I'm gonna throw attacks at the screen. I'm gonna throw attacks at the screen. Or should I not be attacking if it's green, because then it could be defense and they could be wasting my attacks? Should I only attack when there's also attacks, and should I don't even know. Okay, I think I got it. The number on defense is how much it subtracts from the attack you're doing, because I led with a 4 and he had a 2 and I did a 2. So that's a caution. One of these is a level 4, okay. But wait, does caution level 4 mean it's only a level 4 attack, or it could be a level 4 defense? And also it said that green cards can be a fake. It doesn't mean that blue cards are not a fake out. Green cards are basic attacks, red cards are strong attacks, I think. And blue cards are not attacks, I think. So I should attack, defend, attack. Should I go for, I'll go for special, I don't know what the S means. I'm assuming the S means it's like 5 and it's just drawn really weird. And if it's a level 4, I need a level 4 defend. And then I'll put another attack, okay? That was completely wrong! So, yeah, exactly, the probability can be totally wrong. The green card, every single one of those was wrong from what the prediction told me to predict. Every single one of them, it looked like it was defend, attack, defend, and it was actually attack, defend, attack. I like that funny victory animation of Seal being like, I'm so great! And like, oh god, I can't be seen with you. You really think you're so great for accomplishing the worst battle system ever? I think he is great for accomplishing the worst battle system ever. Being able to eke out one single win in this means you're worthy of a title like Knight Phantom or whatever it was. Pretty good. Good day to you, my trusty apprentice. I don't remember becoming your apprentice. That really killed my vibe. I think I spent longer rambling about that than I have about anything else so far. Like, anytime there's one single battle happening, it takes longer to get through than like entire cutscenes because I'm just so confused. I got some rusty metal. Let's go find some more fun things to look at and to not think about that anymore. That's a little bit annoying, is if you press Z and then you press it again, it like immediately closes the text before it even opens. So that was really awkward. I was trying to select you and I hit Z twice. It's a crooked merchant with the same name as me. He's giving me a bad rep. That's actually kind of funny. It's so funny that you usually never see more than one character with the same name in an RPG. Sorry, the economy is poor right now, so rates are low. Okay, so I guess you're the crooked merchant is also named. Okay, that's also really weird. Sometimes you have to click on a character twice to actually open up their function. I guess there's something about the engine is like you can only have text or you can have a yes/no question, and you can't have both or something. I swear these weren't restrictions in early RPGMaker. I've never seen another early RPGMaker game which had this. Items can be bought and sold at traders or the store. Okay, that's interesting. They have different traders have different selling rates for everything. That's interesting and unique, but that also sounds like it can be really frustrating to try and memorize. Sorry. Oh, the bad interface returns! The bad interface returns! Oh my god, it has actual tax rates. No, that's what they meant. What does this mean? What does this mean? What is 1060 600 0? What does this mean? What does it mean? I would assume my instinct is that the highlighted number is what you're actually paying, but the fact it says rate, that makes it sound like that's the discount over tax, so we're actually going to be paying 600. It is really important and useful in a interface about spending money to tell me how much money I am spending correctly and accurately. Okay, I can't change quantity. That's interesting. They've locked off the ability to even select the quantity if you can't buy it. That's interesting. But also, it's annoying how there's no description or name of any of these items or what they do. Oh, everything about every interface is wrong. I'll come back when I have money. I'll come back and I'll tackle whatever the fuck it is. I don't want to leave the town. Yeah, I want to finish this side quest. I want to see everyone first. I want to find something to cheer me up after. Everything about the gameplay is bad. Everything about the gameplay is bad. Everything about the story is so good. What the hell? I just walked into it. I didn't press X. I just walked into and you talked. Is that why it's been weirdly changed at the X? I don't say. I could have sworn I didn't press X twice for that guy. Is that what it is? You walk into people to start a text box rather than selecting them. That is really weird. Everything about you would have had to have programmed the game specifically to change that, right? Why would you do that? That's just worse. Hi Seal, hi Sienna. So, is it Sienna or Sienna? I don't know. It looks like you have time to kill. Me too. So this must be nice to be this rich. I stole this person's tea. Get to work and pay your rent on time. Okay, but you're not my landlady. I work in the other place, right? I live in the other place, so that's confusing. Is that just like a consequence of like having to cram so much text into such a small text box? You can't like clarify that she is saying that about her own tenants. Oh no, I can't reach that forbidden bottle of water. But I can steal your beer. I was gonna say it seems a bit mean, but you are a phantom thief. I guess it's not very phantom-y to just walk up and steal someone's drink right in front of their eyes. But it's more like incredibly solid thief. Okay, big wide rooms with nothing inside. Are you renting these rooms out to people? It's like, hey, sleep on the floor. Also gotta say, the running animation isn't very good. It's weirdly choppy. It feels like it's not even moving 2 legs, it's just waving his arm and hopping on 1 leg. Locked. Okay, I guess walking into anything selects it. That's going to be really confusing. I have to try and remember that. That's so unlike every other game I've played. Okay, I think we've inspected everything, so let's progress up, let's find the cat. And let's hope that it cheers me up, and that is that. Please no more bad gameplay. Please say that... I'll give it a... Let's say the 3rd battle in the game finally explains things. That would be really nice. Maybe if I just get into this video, I'll be able to like, get it from muscle memory even the explanations are bad. Trader of some sort, that's so funny. The guy on the 2nd floor ran away leaving this pile of junk. Hope there's something valuable in here. Oh, you're a meanie! You're an even more solid thief than me! Okay, that's the 2nd floor, so let's stay down here and look around everything. I want to see all the flavor text. I love this world and these characters. I want to steal this mop. Okay, where's a good place I can run from? Oh, you look cool. You look mad scientisty. Are you wearing like a bomber jacket? That's a very anachronistic fashion. I'd love to do precision work. You've helped me out before, so I won't charge a penny. Oh, is this someone we know from before the game started? Interesting. Okay, I thought that was going to be a side quest, but I guess not. So you're some kind of mechanist person. Maybe you'll have a side quest later on. Maybe you're just there for added flavour. You're another childhood friend. If you had a unique sprite as opposed to anything, you also have a unique sprite. Don't underestimate fortune telling. I see everything. I can see forever. I can see that I'm balancing a coffee cup very precariously. Is that supposed to be like you're looking into it instead of a crystal ball? You haven't noticed you've left your crystal ball in the corner. That's funny. Pondering my not orb. This one has a deluxe bed. Neat. Also cardboard boxes. This is very like and oil drums. This is a very mixed up setting. I guess it's like purposely meant to be like a mix of modern and fantasy. Not skilled enough to open it. Okay, that's interesting. So we'll be leveling up our thief skills, and then we'll finally be able to crack that safe at the end. I hope so. I'm curious about that safe. What was I going to say? It seemed like I couldn't walk up this thing. I assumed there was like a portcullis grate, but it's like a grate in the floor instead. 99 bottles of beer on the wall. 99 barrels of beer on the wall. Take one down, pass it around. I've stolen your special sake. Oh, that's glass. I thought he had like really wide dotted eyes. Grandma Informer! Are you going to tell me all the lore of the grandmas? I don't sell information to kids. Darn, I want to know where all the grandmas are. That could just be me, but it's like more Grandpa Informer, more like specifically Mad Scientist Grandpa Informer. You look like a Mad Scientist Grandpa. It's hard to tell anyone's age because their eyes are so massive. Old priest, how can I help you, my son? Give me a hug. There we go, thank you. I'm helped. Apartment is vacant. Manny! That's a funny name. Hey there, so you know anything about plants? Come ask me. A tree of happiness should arrive soon. It'll be huge. I invest every penny I have to buy it. Oh, have you fallen for like an MLM scam or something? Oh, so that vacant room has like a hidden like coin in it. Maybe we'll unlock the ability to open it later on. I like the colour scheme on that plant card. So we're on the 2nd floor, but how do we get out? Like it said you have to get around the window to let the cat do. Oh, okay. That was weird how it faded in then back into the animation. That's been a problem in multiple RPGMaker games. I guess it might be an engine issue. Damn, my finger's fast, but being fast is my thing. That sounds a really fun way of phrasing it. Good job, translators. No, let it go. We don't want to panic and fall. Besides, someone might see you. Oh, alright then. Can't show off my cool backflips to save the cat. So do you have to go to another roof to get it or something? Okay, I'm confused. What do I do then? Do I have to talk to someone here? Because the cat needs uses. Okay, thank you. Well, good luck. That's good. I'm glad that we got to trust in the plant guy. That makes sense. Okay, we can't go back out to give it the catnip. I assume we'd be there to let's go outside to do the catnip. Secret apple pie? Okay, it's not on the roof anymore, so where do we go? Is it on the other roof, the next roof? It doesn't seem to be visible on the roof at all anymore. Can't talk to any of these people. Should we go back in and like go to talk to someone else and be like, hey, here's catnip and here's like a rope or a lasso or something? Can't go outside. Okay, we'll keep looking suburbs, somewhere in the suburbs. If I was a cat, where would I be? So in the other roofs. There you are. Okay, that's really unintuitive. It moves to an entirely different location on the map. So my lucky day, the golden cat is mine. You think so, eh? You're off the cat too. Not getting the 20,000 fill. 20,000 fill? Don't just blow down the road. I love the sass. This is such a good dynamic for protagonists. It's so endearing. Like, I'm being cheered up again. Every time a battle starts, I'm so let down. And every time a cutscene starts, I'm so lifted back up again. Is there a reward for that cat? Dang, you didn't know. Why were you trying to catch the cat then? I don't think you can, like, eat it or something. I just thought it was cute. Oh, that's actually really endearing. Let him have the cat. No, let him have the cat. He's nice. He's unselfish, unlike us. He just wanted to look after it. Okay, I'm gonna go punch because it'll probably hurt less. Thought it might result to violence. That isn't the solution to everything. Exactly. I'm on your side 100%, gangster man. What? I abhor violence. I do like cats. Look, just do whatever you want. I like that. I like how we're starting off with like. Again, like I said, there's so many RPG games which start with like an arsehole protagonist. Here we've got a funny, like morally grey bad protagonist who does silly things and is kind of shit, but is also clearly like a good guy deep down. And he's also they make the arseholishness funny. It's not just like genuine actual arsehole behaviour. It's like and also he gets comeuppance for what he's doing. It's not just him getting away with it all the time. I like this. Oh, I still want to kick this guy. No, let him be happy with catties. You lost this one. Yeah, you lost the moral battle against Random Gangster Man. Where is Random Gangster Man? How do I hug him? Is there an option to say sorry? No, he is nowhere on the map anymore. No. Random Gangster Man, I hope we meet you later in the game and you get like a resolution to your side quest. That's really nice and good. I hope we find you later and you got like 10,000 other cats. Try to pick the lock, force it open, find another solution. I will try to pick a lock. I will fail to pick the lock. I will find another solution. Okay, I can't. I will force it open. I will fail. I will find another solution. I guess I have to wander around and find someone else. It's a bit of giving like very little guidance on what the fuck it's supposed to do. I fully shouldn't have wandered around like talking to all the NPCs because like now I'm supposed to wander and talk all the NPCs. I already have. I'll cut this footage down. I'm just walking around doing exactly what I already did. Also, I don't even know if my HP has gone down from dashing because it doesn't show what your HP total is. 16 out of what? Aquaman! Okay, so we have a points to apply. Wait, it said agility is the stat, so we're supposed to have there is no agility stat. Is evade agility stat. I'm going to put it all in that assuming it's agility stat because I want the game to actually accurately tell me what the fuck I'm doing. So we have equipment stock and I don't know what this means. We only have one defend and so we don't have to do anything, so I guess we should like, put in more evades. Also, this is clearly not what we had in battle because it's showing that we have 3 magics. We only had 1 magic in battle. We had a lot more attacks in there. So I guess equipment stock that we use all of that in battle, I guess. That's confusing. Okay, I'm talking to this guy and he says he has a storage key, which might be the key for that place, but nothing happened. I'm just clicking and nothing happened. So that can't be the guy. So this is a guy irrelevantly talking about a different storage key, I guess? Okay, you were a merchant all along. There was nothing indicating that. Okay. Wait. Our short sword has suddenly got a new icon in. What does that mean? Okay. Clicking on the label of it tells you what it means. Okay, thank you, that was really unintuitive. Accessories are equipped on Seal's short sword and modified Seal's skills while also providing an additional special effect. Accessories become active at level 2 and from level 4 will be active even when the accessory is unequipped. Note the skill modifier and accessory difference depending on its location on Seal's. That is so unnecessarily confusing and the interface is... Why is the interface... If it's about the location you set an accessory, why does the interface not in any way like show a graphic for where you're setting the accessories? I have no clue if that one's set or not. That's also so weird, like once you level up enough, like even if you don't equip stuff it's going to be useful, that's weird. Also, how do I even know this? There's no indication of what level our short sword is. Fennekai... I guess our short sword is level 2 then, because we're able to equip things. or I don't know what Fennecyte does, or what slot to put. I wouldn't know what slot to put anything in because it doesn't show what it is. I don't know. Yeah, every other menu option, clicking on it does not give you a description of what it does, it just opens the menu. Oh, the only one that tells you what it does if you click on it is short sword. I don't know where to find the person to progress this quest. Oh, I was so happy and hyped a second ago. Like, as soon as I went and got my drink, everything's become bad after that point. Is the game just spiting me? As soon as I got excited about the game, it's like, no, we will take it all back from you right now. I think you're the last NPC I haven't talked to. Oh, it would have been cool if a grandma was the one to say that. No, I think I've talked to literally every NPC around the whole map again. And I haven't got any closer to figuring out how to open that fucking door. It won't let me leave a town, so it can't be there. The solution has to be somewhere in the place. Was there something I missed in the first place? Wait, I didn't go in here. Was I clicking on the wrong door the entire time? Was that entirely my fault? Oh, I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. Okay, relief. Taking that back of the game, I'm gonna look back at my footage because I could swear I was clicking on this house and it wasn't letting me in. When I clicked those various things to open the door, one of them worked and didn't in any way indicate that the door was now open. So I was still going around trying to find what to do to open the door. Okay. The Book of Sword Techniques increase the level of one of your sword skills. Each sword skill can be leveled up to level 4. With each level increase, you advance 1 point towards an overall sword level. Okay, but what is my overall sword level? Where does it say that anywhere? And also, apparently we're already at 2 because the game was already letting me equip accessories and it said you could only have them level 2. That would be really weird if it did start at level 2. Mystery liquid. It may or may not be beer. Yeah, kitty, come along quietly. Are we gonna have to fight the cat? We're gonna have to fight the cat. I don't think he wants to come quietly. Whatever, I'll just grab it. Why are we not using the catnip we got? Why, you little Sierra, was a reward for dead or alive. You were such an arsehole, Seal. This is so unfair. I was so endeared to you in the first cutscene, and I was like, okay, yeah, you're kind of a funny arsehole maybe, but now you're just being an actual arsehole. I think because my opinion of the game is lowering a lot because of how much the gameplay has repeatedly been disappointing me. Now I'm not even finding it charming, all the subversive funny things in the dialogue. I'm just like, oh, it's getting in the way of the game going faster, which I would like it to do because I just don't want to fight any more battles. You have to be kidding me. At least it's really funny and adorable, the cat character portrait. What button do I press to hide this message because I don't want it? I want to see the funny spikes. What? I pressed shift and my HP went up. Okay, it's shift to use bandages. That's so unfair. I'm just trying to find a button to turn it off. Backspace. Enter. It's not enter. It's not space. It's not shift. It's not control. It's not control or shift to the other side. It's not S. It's not tab. I'm pressing every button on the keyboard. Okay, K uses an item which is not in any way explained anywhere on the screen. H goes left. H is like left or right. What the fuck? I have just fucking realised they turned off my recording. What the fuck? Okay, probably the last thing you guys saw was me during the battle going, oh, what button will I press to make it go? And then the button I pressed crashed the entire game. And I literally pressed every button on the keyboard and I couldn't find the one which is supposed to make the menu go like it said. And I crashed the game and it restarted. I had to replay all of that stuff to that point. And apparently didn't record any of it. I got through the cat boss battle. There was a funny scene afterwards where it was like, you got 20,000 gold! And then Sienna was like, yeah, but we have to give 80% of it back to the guild for their payment fees. And it was like, you got 20% of 20,000 gold. It's like, no, we have to split it between me and you too. And it's like, you got 10% of 20,000 gold. Yay! It was genuinely very funny. And there was a scene afterwards, I was like, wow, it's really out of character. She's doing a weird generic flirty face. And it was like, oh, she turned out she was doing it to trick him into doing something. Like, oh, that's actually really hilarious. I remarked on how good it is that they made a character with like such a generic character design, generic portrait, but it all completely recontextualized to her being like a criminal mastermind, and it's great. And then we went, it's a unique, interesting gameplay thing where it's like, we went into like a room full of books where we had to select between a bunch of chapters. At the moment, it was only 2, and it's like a linear progress. Like you finish chapter 1, go to chapter 2. But there was like 30 different nodes for different chapters. It seems like the game will have like branching story routes and optional chapters later on. That's really interesting. It was also really interesting how it was like manifested as you being in like a weird floaty dark room space, like physically walking over to the next chapter and clicking on it. Just think, like in these earlier RPG Maker games, they had to make do with the limitations they had at the time. It means that you'd find like strange visualizations of how things worked and like doing things in engine that weren't possible because there wasn't a plugin for it. So like you would have like, instead of menus, you'd have like everyone walking over to the next thing. I just thought that was a nice nostalgic moment, and then I realised that at some point my recording just stopped, and now I've had to sum it all up again. Also, in general, the gameplay being bad is really killing my hype I originally had for the game, but I want to keep going long enough to at least see if I can bring that hype back. But looking at an ominous room full of like 30 chapters, I'm like, if a game is that long, I don't think I can endure a bad battle system for that long. So I may not actually complete this, but I'm going to at least try and go long enough so I can say I've given like a good enough shot of this. I don't want to end on like, hey, the first 5 minutes I had fun, the rest of it I didn't. But then again, if I keep playing it, it never gets good again, that's going to be really disappointing. That is my verdict. I guess this game is proof that even a really great story can be ruined by absolutely positively shit gameplay, and especially shit interface design. It's really unclear buttons! I guess I get it. Sigh, I guess I better continue the game. It should not be making me feel this way. This is the most unique bad game, at least, because it's not a bad game. This game's probably going to even out to being like average in the middle, because it has some of generally the worst things I've had so far. This gameplay is worse than Choose Wisely. Bloody hell. But the story is so great and it makes me want to continue. The visuals are great, everything's so great except the game. How do you do this? Could you... The design team making this wonderful, amazing game design idea, could you not have hired someone else to program it, please? This game deserves a remake more than any other game has ever existed. Please fix it, please. I want to make a fan game and fix it. I have never succeeded in making a successful single RPG Maker game in my life, and I still think I could program something better than this. That's not a good sign. If they had just stuck on the basic RPG Maker systems, it would have been better, and that is also not a good sign.